So it's July the 1st, 2023. Let's have a quick update on the allotment. Probably a month or two since we last updated. So look at the tomatoes. The tomatoes are doing pretty well. All grown on the windowsill at home from seed. Starting to have flowers. So not too bad. I've just been tying them up a bit more. So they are not looking too bad at all. Strawberries, I must have had about 6 weeks solid of strawberries. I think they're just about dried up now, but they were really tasty, really good strawberries. Raspberry cane starting to grow, and tiny handful of raspberries, not enough to take home. They haven't made it home, so I've just eaten them while I'm here. So got a couple of rows of raspberries. Rhubarb's starting to settle in, I think. At least the big one is. Not sure about the little one. So I think next year I'll probably be cropping rhubarb. And the old mint, the champion of the allotment, is still doing well. Probably going to have to move him, dig him up sometime. I don't know where I'll move him to, but he is taking over. And then here's the gooseberry bushes. And can we see the gooseberries inside there fattening up nicely. No idea when to pick them. I better do some reading, I think. So that's the gooseberry bushes. And here are the onions. Onions doing pretty well. A lot of leaf. Not sure how big the bulbs are growing. But leaves looking pretty good, pretty healthy at the moment. And 2 rows of potatoes, you'd hardly know now, possibly a bit too close, but they are doing really well. So had a few flowers on them, probably another month and a half till the first ones are ready to dig up, but 2 rows of potatoes looking pretty damn good and lush. And then next to them, runner beans, and they've just reached the top of the cane, so I've just been pinching out the tops today. A few flowers starting to appear, so I reckon we'll have runner beans in a couple of weeks' time. So runner beans doing well, and canes still pretty sturdy despite my lack of engineering, as has been pointed out to me. But the runner beans are looking good so far. And then over to the sweet corn. Sweet corn eventually start to grow. They're a bit spindly to begin with, but now probably getting on to a 1.5 foot tall, so not doing too bad. Not sure how many cobs of corn I will have, but sweet corn looking pretty good. And then 2 out of the 3 courgette plants are looking good, and look at those beauties. We've got courgettes and even flowers on this little runt. I don't know whether he's going to do any good, but over to this one. This is probably the earliest, so look at that one. Could even pick that little one, or the big one there. How many inches is that? Some might say 12, but I'd say probably about 5. So courgettes are doing well. And then look at the peas. Trying to keep the snails and slugs off of the peas. So you'll see there's quite a few slug pellets, and got some twigs. Although I don't think my twigs are really properly big enough. But the peas have been in a couple of weeks. They are still alive, but they're not growing that much. So we'll have to wait and see how the peas are doing. So there's the 1st of July update. Tomatoes, courgettes, sweet corn, runner beans, potatoes beyond the runner beans, peas, raspberry canes with a few raspberries on, strawberries great crop but just about finished, mint still doing well, onions, oh and yes, of course, something that just went in tonight. I got them in B&Q half price, a selection of chili plants. So these are all pretty spicy ones, different ones. So you see that first one is Scotch bonnet. Now, last year the slugs had the couple of chilli plants I put in completely. They just scoured the lot, so will they eat a Scotch bonnet? I don't know. We wait and see. So chilies, selection of chilies went in tonight, and we'll wait and see how they do next to the onions and waving to the raspberry canes. And there's a gooseberry. Can you eat them raw? Shall we find out? Wow, that is pretty good. It's not sharp at all. That was really tasty. Don't think I'm gonna have much to make jam or pie from, so I might eat the rest. So turn the camera around. Let's taste this second gooseberry. It's pretty big, isn't it, really? Where's the camera? There's the camera. A big, plump, juicy gooseberry. Bit sharp, bit tart, but that's a good flavour. So just got this space left between the onions, the gooseberries and the raspberry canes. Chili's gone in that end. So I have still got some, I'm not sure if they're cabbage or broccoli. Yeah, cabbage or broccoli seedlings at home. They've not really come to much, but I might chuck them in to see how they do, if the slugs don't get them. So that's the end of the allotment on the 1st of July 23.